Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is Barrington Lewis. I am walking you through my process for joining two tables together and excluding records that match in the third table. So here we go. Okay, so we have our table A. This is going to be our primary table, and we're going to join or left join table B, the few columns that we have here, and we're going to join these a few columns from table B into our table A, and we're going to exclude anything that's in table C is going to be excluded from our final table, which is going to be our table A. So this is basically just a quick overview of my thought process of how to code something like this. First, I would normally look for a common denominator or a common variable in each of the tables, which is going to be our ticket number for flight data A, and for flight data B, we have TKT and BR, and ticket number in flight data C. So first in SAS, we wanted to go with SQL. Because we're not creating a data step here, we're actually creating or writing this code in SQL. So we're going to create table flights, we'll call it. We want everything from table A because that's going to be our main table. And we want to include from table B, we want to bring in, let's bring in aircraft type, passengers, and this ramp to ramp column. And these, we can bring in any columns that we want. I'm just choosing these. And ramp to ramp. We bring this in from our first table, which is flight 2018A. We're going to abbreviate this as column A or as table A, simply because we're abbreviating it here. So we want all records. That's what this asterisk stands for. All records from table A. And we want only those records that match table A that are in table B, which is why we're doing a left join. We abbreviate that as column B, as you can see. And the common denominator, or the common variable in all of these tables is our so we have all of our data. We're merging, or we're bringing in three columns from table B into our table A, which is the left join, only where we have a matching ticket number for both tables. But we don't want this information or any information if that exists on our final or on our third table, which is table C. So we want to exclude it. We're going to run a except operator, and we're going to exclude everything that exists on table C. Just to give you an overview, these are small data sets. We only have 41,000 records in our table A. Table B has 59,000, roughly 59,000 records in table B. And our table C we have almost 19,000 records. So it's very small data sets we're working with here, but we're just, again, we're using table A as our main data set, joining or bringing in three columns from table B where there is a matching ticket number from table A, and we're excluding all of this if it exists on table C. So that's the code I just created here, and we're going to call this data set our flights data set. And we'll run this code here. And it takes a while to run because I'm running on a virtual server versus a local server. Nonetheless, we're pulling up information here now, and it should give us everything that exists on table A that is not on table C. And we're bringing in these three columns from table B where there's a matching ticket number. And I hope that makes sense. But basically, we're bringing in 22,000 records as our final result from merging table A and B and excluding the records from table C. And we see we have missing data here, or missing data in these columns here. That's because they don't, in table B, we didn't have a matching ticket number in table A to populate these 3 columns here. But if we wanted, just for just for giggles, if we wanted to see what that would look like, we would put another we'll add some more criteria here into our SAS program, where we will have we want to see passenger information, because we have it up here in our select statement, but we want to exclude from our table B passengers that are missing. Because we want to see that populated information. So if it's missing, it's a numerical column. So for numerical missing data, we have the period symbol, or the period. And then we're going to should show us that data. It looks like it's running correctly. We're going to see data where we have that information populated. And there it is. And that reduces us down to 465 records. So just again, this is just my thought process, how I would code a situation where I needed to look at data set A, merge with data set B, and exclude both of those 2 tables from a final data set C. And again, we can have many more tables. This coding can be much more complex. I just want to give a very brief overview of my thought process of how to code such information. So I hope you like it, just sharing my knowledge here. You can reach me at Barrington Lewis on Twitter, or email me at barringtonlewis@gmail.com. I'll talk to you later. Bye.